Previously on X-Men. Wait, no, that's the wrong show. I mean, previously on IGN's live coverage of the Marvel Studios Comic-Con panel, we learned some new stuff about Thunderbolts, some new stuff about Captain America, and apparently during the break they showed some footage from Thunderbolts, mostly focusing on stunts. Haven't had any major big news yet. We did get the confirmation that Harrison Ford can turn into Red Hulk in real life.
Yep.
Keep in mind, the way this is working, we're here in the studio. Our team is out on the floor at Hall H, reporting live, getting us news, getting us pictures. No video is allowed in there, so we're getting what we can, sneaking it in, sneaking it out, and giving it to you. So I'm here with my crew, my amazing cast, my X-Men. So let's go.
Yeah.
What do we expect?
We're still expecting to know what the official title of Thunderbolts is.
Yes.
There's the asterisk is still there. They just won't reveal what it is.
I refuse to buy a movie ticket for a title that isn't complete yet. That's my.
Do you think they're going to spring a weird title that would upset you so much that you would walk out?
Did I walk out of this or I walk out of the movie theater?
Movie theater.
I'm already in. The title pops up and I'm like, nope, gotta go.
Also, titles can change after the movie is released. I mean, we've seen that happen before.
Captain America,
it's
right?
Not great marketing.
With the Harley Quinn movie.
Edge of Tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, they showed new footage, and I'm hoping that gets released. We'll see.
Lewis, sorry, they're showing the clip. Apparently, there's actually like dialogue in this clip before they get to the stunts here. Just noticing that Lewis Pullman's character comes out and says, "I'm Bob." Fun fact, I don't think this really means anything. Bob was also his character's name in Top Gun Maverick. That was his call sign.
Interesting.
That's the worst.
Top Gun Maverick, part of MCU, confirmed.
Guy just looks like a Bob.
Tom Cruise coming to MCU.
Let's see.
Tom Cruise walking out would be some next level Hall H craziness.
I can't even imagine.
There was way back in the day. He was like the original pick for Tony Stark. Like
I don't love it.
Far back.
No, I don't like that.
I don't think it would have been the best, but we got the most incredible Tony Stark. I would love to see someone kind of unexpected. If we're gonna get Tony Stark back in any capacity, someone else.
I think Tom Cruise would have demanded to fight a real Hulk if that was the case.
I think so too.
I need a practical, actual Hulk to fight.
If the Iron Man suit doesn't actually fly, I'm not doing it.
Load Jeremy Renner up with gamma radiation.
Okay, we got our team that's on the ground. They're breaking down the Thunderbolts trailer in our doc. So let's just kind of jump into this and kind of like take a look and see what we got.
Well, it's focused on Yelena and Alexei primarily at first, having a little conversation. It says here that Alexei is a horrible narcissist. Cool.
We know this.
Yes. They have a little conversation. What brings Yelena here? There's something wrong with me, an emptiness. Interesting.
Sounds like there's a scene with a bunch of them in the car arguing and fighting, and there's a lot of comedic vibes. So I think that's something they're definitely going for here.
Good.
There again, there's that logo, and there's that shot of the cast. Still no full title of the movie. That's okay.
But we might be ready to move on here. Feige is taking the stage and saying 1 year. Oh, hold on.
We are releasing Marvel's first family into the MCU.
Okay, so the Thunderbolts are leaving. Fantastic Four segment is about to begin. This is the big one.
1 year from today, and they have not started filming yet. Anyone aware of the fact that special effects are really hard to make and take a long time?
Wow.
That is a very, very, very truncated production schedule.
Fantastic Four starts filming Tuesday in the UK. And the director, Matt Shakman, has flown in for this panel. So I don't know if we're going to see a shot of them in costume unless it's like test stuff that they shot behind the scenes, right?
I'm doubting it.
Unless they do walk out in costume and Ebon Moss-Bachrach has a rock on his head.
Yes, which, still a great theory. I'm going with that one.
Matt Shakman, by the way, has directed a lot of good TV. My favorite thing that he's ever worked on is It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. I think that's actually experience he's going to draw on for Fantastic Four, because that show is all about a gang just absolutely being at each other's
4
throats.
jerks, 1 woman, 3 men.
Yep. The thing and Danny DeVito have a lot of crosses.
I honestly I wanted the Always Sunny cast to just be dragged and dropped into Fantastic Four.
Yes.
I'll take this cast because they seem awesome, but that would have been great too. We got a quote from Matt Shakman. He said, "I love the Fantastic Four. We want it to be true to the comics, but we also want it to be true to life and wants it to be true to science." They talked to scientists working on this movie, and the scientists probably told them, "No, that doesn't
Pound
happen."
sand.
Man can't stretch his arm across the whole room.
A man made of rock? Never.
Women cannot turn invisible, and people can't just burst
I
into
don't know what you're
flames.
talking
They do.
about.
Well-
We do it all the time.
I'll let you two speak to that.
Oh, I'm sad inside. Okay.
So they're talking about the 60s vibe. Matt said, we're not just doing the 60s, we're doing retro future 60s. It's part of what you know from the 60s, but part of what you've never seen before.
So Tomorrowland at Disneyland vibes.
Yes.
Jetsons-esque.
I'm a fan of the concept of paleo futurism, right? Which was like the idea of like, this is what the past thought the future would be.
Well, isn't that also kind of referencing the fan theory that the Jetsons and the Flintstones actually take place in the same universe
They
at
do
the
visit
same
each
time?
other at one point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and how everyone in the Flintstones doesn't just die of shock, I don't understand. But, that's for a different show. We'll figure that out. IGN will get to the bottom of that someday.
We've got our top minds on it.
I know we briefly touched upon it, but I don't know. I'm still just caught up on the fact that Feige announced that they're filming Fantastic Four on Tuesday, and it's releasing a year.
That's not enough time.
In a year. I feel like that's just not enough time for. I mean, where is this? This is going to be in theaters, right?
Yeah.
This isn't.
Well, that said, it does depend, I guess, on to what degree they want it to be like a huge. Maybe it's going to be smaller scale than we're anticipating to build out the family.
They're showing some footage in there. It's a retro Fantastic Four intro with a news broadcast. And Matt had said that the film is all about optimism, and the 60s is about optimism. And with the right heart, the right mind, you can do anything. It's about to show something. So Fantastic Science with Mr. Fantastic is actually what they're showing right now, which is
That's a choice.
we're seeing Pedro, and it's like a Bill Nye type show, which I would just watch
cool.
that regularly on TV. Just make that show for real.
Greenlight it.
And that could potentially hint at what sort of stature or status Reed is in at this point in the story. Maybe he is sort of a pop scientist, sort of, like
Mr. Wizard
Bill
type
Nye.
dude. Yeah, I'm into it.
It's interesting that they said it's all about optimism in a time where we know James Gunn's Superman will also be arriving, which is also about optimism.
I
We're
think
gonna have a really nice year.
I think in our current timeline, I will allow 2 films about optimism.
Just two.
That's it.
Two.
That's it. Then you hit your peak.
More haunted pools.
They showed footage of a rocket ship and a matchmaking show, which is interesting. Sort of like a, what was it, Love Connection or whatever? There was like dating
The
shows back
3.
then. Yeah, this is before my time.
Dating game, maybe.
But guess who's in it? It's Thing.
Oh, The Thing is on the dating show, and
He
all
is
4 are
single.
at a space station suiting up to go on a rocket ship. They're all posing and whatnot for a news broadcast.
When the Fantastic Four go to space, it never really goes great.
Yeah, historically doesn't go great for them.
Yep.
This is really interesting. So so they've heavily researched the 1960s because it's a period piece. It's a retro future 60s references to Sid Mead, of course, industrial designer, neo-futurist.
And we have an official title here: The Fantastic Four First Steps is the title
First
of
Steps.
Fantastic Four.
So it does seem like that's an origin,
I would say
Right?
so.
right?
Well, here's okay. Hold on. Let's start putting the little things together. They're going to space. This is taking place in the '60s. Space race. One small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. So maybe
Lost
they're kind
in
of keeping it in
space.
there. Yep.
Blarp.
Space invaders.
Office Space.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Space Mountain.
Yep.
Tom was having like a really, really cogent thought, and we just destroyed it.
You only get one of those per live stream, by the way. We're out on it.
It was just free-flowing thought. That's all that was happening.
Everyone is secretly passing like an invisible idiot microphone around.
Yes. Yeah.
just
Nobody's
taking
taking it away from me. It
I'm just
sucks.
never gonna pass up an opportunity to bring up Blarp. I gotta be real about that.
And
It's like the cast is there taking the stage.
All right, now
we
we're
could
gonna
have
figure out:
expected that.
is Ebon Moss-Bachrach wearing a rock on his head? Yes
You
or
really want that
no?
rock on his head, don't you?
I want him to. I want there to be some representation.
Michael Giacchino is
Giacchino. Yeah.
is doing the score. He did
He did all the Star Trek movies.
all the Star Trek movies, Lost, like a whole bunch of stuff. So yeah, his stuff's awesome.
Yeah. Doctor Strange as well. One of the best scores in the MCU.
The cast is currently taking the stage.
Let's see
Find
if
out.
that rock.
Rock updates.
Fantastic Four First Steps. I really like that because I think that the MCU has sort of a baggage problem at this point in terms of like like how much homework is there to do? How many shows and movies do I have to watch? There's 30 plus movies and a dozen shows. And so there we go. There's our
There's
first
the
look at the
image.
logo
Hey.
right
Graphic
there.
design, I told you.
Yes, it looks awesome. But yeah, this tells me that this is going to be sort of like a fresh step for people who maybe, or no pun intended on the fresh step, but an entry point for people who have maybe lapsed on MCU stuff. With the new timeline.
Freshest of steps.
They couldn't have used Fresh Steps because that's a kitty litter, and it would have been a conflict.
Would have been upsetting.
Copyrighted.
Looks like you have that idiot baton right now.
I'm telling you, man, I can't get rid of it. I keep trying to throw it to you, and you keep batting it back at me.
So yeah, the Fantastic Four First Steps begins production on Tuesday, only in theaters July 25th, 2025. That
Can somebody do the calendar math for us? Is that happening while we're here next year?
man, that's a year from this weekend basically.
Wow.
Is that enough time
that's
to
an
make
aggressive shooting schedule, and on top of that, like post-production.
I know, and they have to go to real space too.
Yeah, it's
that's
crazy.
Give me that mic.
People are going crazy for Pedro Pascal. No way.
Of course.
Pedro said this is a new family, but nobody knows that Matt and I have known each other for 25 years. They started with the same talent manager, and they were almost roommates in '95.
Wow.
So Pedro and the director have known each other for 25 years.
Well, that's
Wow.
good that they have a good working relationship.
Unless like Pedro stiffed him on rent money 25 years ago, and he's
It'll come out in the press tour. We'll find out all the dirt they have on each other.
I don't think you got your rock hat, just for the record. I feel like that would have been.
Yeah, they would have
Man.
mentioned that.
I'll get my own. I'll get my own.
There we
rock
go.
hat.
Next year on this panel,
Yes.
you come in
I'm
wearing
coming
a
back
rock
with the rock hat.
Vanessa Kirby had said that her and Joseph Quinn are the only Brits on the cast, and that they like to go down to the pub together.
Well,
that's
They have
nice.
plenty of other Brits in the MCU to hang out with.
All right, and looking at the Reddit, the people that are there, they're like, still don't know who's going to be Dr. Doom. And then right after that, someone says, give it a few minutes.
Yeah.
Give it a few minutes.
They know what they're doing.
They're
They've done a
hopeful.
Hall H panel before.
They asked Ebon if he got advice from other MCU actors, and apparently he got a text message from Mark Ruffalo, who demystified the process of motion capture, sent a long, generous text about simplifying it. I was a little scared of the technology, and that was real advice. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like the Hulk and the Thing texting each other.
Aw.
How sweet is that?
Cute.
Draw that fan art.
That already
The
exists.
sausage thumb problem must be horrific. How do they?
And Thing just keeps
must be
cracking his
voice to
screen.
text, right? They got to do
Yeah.
voice to text.
So they're asking Joseph what what he hopes to bring to the character, and I just have to say, when I went into A Quiet Place day one, so much of it was literally just like, all right, do you have the chops, or were you just a fad casting because of your turn on Stranger Things, where he's great, but it's so brief. And I gotta say, I ate every bit of cynicism that I had walking into that. He is remarkable in that film. I cannot wait to see what he brings to Johnny.
We do have an image of Hall H.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Some storms.
Yeah.
Storms are coming.
Her top is cute.
And
what I have to
fantastic.
keep it. Stop.
Joseph Quinn back to Joseph Quinn in Stranger Things, and kind of seeing why they felt like he was the right fit for the role. Eddie is a character that does have that edge, but also that kind of hard edge, but a real soft center.
Yeah, he's just a squishy
He's
guy.
gonna really make a great Johnny.
Yeah. I'm very, very excited.
Now look, we're hoping for Doom, right? But do we want to start going through our big hopes for Doom?
I think so. Yeah. First, I wanted to read this quote from Joseph Quinn. They asked him what he's going to bring to the character, and he's basically harping on it's going to be a family, like the essence of family. They're not going to be there for individuals. It's a team sport. They're going to work hard to bring the spirit of a family to it. I really like that.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like we've gotten moments like that in the MCU, but like to have a full family of superheroes working together is going to be really beautiful.
I think that's so exciting too, because as much as I love the Avengers movies, you can only deal with a group of superheroes fighting each other for so long before you're like, okay, I am sick of this formula. And obviously families fight, they are going to bicker like crazy. But I'm glad we don't have to go through the same, like, I'm mad at you, I'm mad at you, I'm mad at you, and now we all come together.
How do we feel about quips, though?
There will be quips. Whether
There will
we
be
want them
quips.
or not.
Vanessa Kirby said she's never laughed so much in rehearsal, and they're also dedicated. So there's gonna be quips. That means there's good chemistry behind the scenes. It means there's gonna be good chemistry on scenes.
A fantastic car.
Yeah, there's a fantastic car is coming to take them away, apparently.
What?
What
They got
does
a
it
car on
look
stage?
like? Alex, get us the photo.
We're hearing that Harrison Ford has turned into a car and
really a
is
Transformers
escorting the
film.
cast off the stage.
Brian, I want to know though, when are we gonna get the big thing? Like
The big
that's
thing.
Like I mean, like all this is awesome and nice, but like I don't think we've gotten that big thing that Marvel
new
fans
reveal. Yeah, like this.
are
You know,
expecting.
everything so far has been sort of like a known quantity, right?
Yeah.
Like it's like it's seeing the cast together of movies that we know exist, getting some brief updates on like when they're shooting and you know
Yeah.
what's happening where and when. But like,
I want something that's gonna make me break this laptop in half,
That's right. That's right.
or break this table
You're
in
gonna
half,
turn into the Hulk.
or break you in. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I'm kidding, Brian. I love you.
Thank you.
Dane?
I love you too, Akeem. No, we haven't gotten like the big announcement, a big reveal yet, a big surprise, and I'm hoping that's coming.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, it's just them being like, we're still working on these movies. These are these casts. They get along great. Everyone's having a good time. Harrison Ford can turn into various.
The car?
But other than that,
Yes!
yeah, look, they did get a car. They sent
Look at that
they sent a
thing.
flying
What
car
the
in there
heck?
to escort the cast off to go make the actual film.
On Tuesday.
Yeah, on Tuesday.
It's like the end of Grease.
Yeah.
Or they
What's
just
killing
fly
me?
to the
Hopefully this isn't the big thing, though.
I know. No, in terms
It's
of
a
like,
car.
Yes,
It's
I'm
fine.
pretty big. Come
large,
on.
And it is an
that is a
object.
regular size sedan.
Okay, yeah, here's the thing. Okay, Amelia, I want to ask you. So far, everything that we've seen, awesome, right?
Yeah.
But have you been like? Do you feel that thing that you
No.
feel when
We
you know
have- we
usually Hall H announcements? It's like how many years ago? It was 2019. We were chanting Blade. Like everyone was
We've
just
been
like
chanting Blade since then.
yes.
We're still,
Blade,
we're tired.
Blade, 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 Blade.
Yeah.
I have to point out, like, we're talking about the next big thing, and our reporter in the room typed, "Oh my God," like 5 minutes ago, and has not added anything else since. And I'm just like, what is that? Oh
We're
my
waiting.
God,
We're
what
waiting.
happened?
Hopefully, we find out what the next big thing is. Right now, we've got to take a very super quick break, but don't move a muscle because the MCU panel coverage direct from Hall H continues right here on IGN Live at Comic-Con in just a minute. Stick around.
We got a texter.
IGN Live at SDCC is presented by NHTSA. Speeding catches up with you.